Hey there, Colin here, founder of cs-bcoaching.com. Thank you for joining me, and a very warm bon dia to all my new friends in Portugal. Did you know that it is believed that we think anywhere between 50,000 to 70,000 thoughts every day? That's approximately 35 to 48 thoughts every minute, not even taking into account our sleeping hours. We allegedly are only aware of approximately 3,000 thoughts every day, which leaves anywhere between 47,000 to 67,000 thoughts that we're not even aware of. Because of the constant bombardment or assault on our senses, on our five stimuli, the sight, the sound, the smell, the taste, the touch, we cannot physically process every single stimulus that we are subjected to throughout the course of our day. To do so would just submit us to just pure static. We would not be able to make sense of it. So your mind consciously chooses to filter, delete and distort the images or the stimuli, the receptors that we are subjected to in every day. So it's no surprise that a lot of us aren't even aware of what we're thinking, or most of our negative thinking, or our beliefs, our paradigms, our habits are subconscious. We're not even aware of what we're thinking or how we think, or indeed how that influences our behavior, which therefore influences our results. All that we know is that we're not happy with the results that we're getting, but we're not sure why. And in the Proctor Gallagher Institute, that would be what we would call the knowing-doing gap, where there's a chasm or a divide between knowing what you should be doing and indeed actually doing what you should be doing. And as Tony Robbins says, if you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. So until you start to change your mindset, your paradigm, your habits, then you're going to continue to get the same results. And Einstein's definition of insanity was to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result. And you keep doing what you've always done, you'll keep getting what you've always gotten. You won't generate different results until you start to approach things from a different mindset. And again, as Einstein said, you can't solve a problem by approaching it with the same level of thinking that you used when you created it. So you need to approach it from a different perspective. And one of the factors, or one of the reasons, according to T. Harv Eker, that 90% of us aren't living the lives that we really want to live is down to one simple word, and that's clarity. As far as T. Harv Eker is concerned, it's a lack of clarity. People don't know what they want. And if you don't know what you want, how are you going to achieve it? How are you going to hit that target if you can't see it? You need to have that target, that goal, that perception in mind to be able to strive towards it. And a perfect analogy would be that of a sat-nav, for example. An example I use in my forthcoming book is if you were to visit Big Ben, for example, and the more detail that you can input into your sat-nav, the postcode, for example, the more likelihood you've got of actually finding Big Ben. If you were to input London, for example, into your sat-nav, bearing in mind that London has a square footage of 1,572 square kilometers, your likelihood of chancing upon Big Ben would be very slim. The more detail, the more clarity that you have, the more likely you are to be able to reach that destination, to be able to walk out into the shadows of one of London's most iconic landmarks. The more detail, the more clarity that you have, the more likely you are to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Tony Robbins backs this up as well. He says that one reason so few of us achieve what we truly want is that we never direct our focus. We never concentrate our power. Most people dabble their way through life, never deciding to master anything in particular. And the key to mastery is repetition. If you continue to do something, the more you do it, the better you get at it. Take driving or learning to drive, for example. When you first set foot in your first car, you probably didn't have a clue what you were doing, and you were probably overwhelmed and quite fearful and apprehensive of what it was that you needed to be doing. You may have had some sort of knowledge about what all the different components of the vehicle were, the steering wheel, the gear stick, handbrake, the pedals, but you've never actually physically put them into practice. After a few years, months, weeks even of driving, the more that you do it, the easier it becomes. It's habit forming. It forms your cybernetics, your thermostat, the calibration by which you live your life, your norm, your everyday. You tend to recalibrate through experience. You can change your habits. And the more that you do something through constant spaced repetition, the easier and more natural it becomes. Tony Robbins says that 90% of people who invest in self-improvement products don't follow it through to completion. So if 90% of people don't have the quality of life that they truly want to be living, according to T. Harv Eker, and 90% of people don't follow through on their investments in themselves, what is stopping you from becoming that 10%? Tony Robbins goes on to say, a real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided. Take action. Make that decision. Decide what it is that you truly want, with clarity, and be one of the 10%, not one of the 90 who's living their day to day in routine and monotony. Step out of your comfort zone. Stretch. Reach for the goals that both scare and excite you simultaneously. Anything worthwhile, anything worth pursuing, should both scare and excite you. It'll scare you because your brain hasn't got a point of reference to be able to navigate your safe journey towards it. And in terms of wanting to protect you, it'll always reel you back, reel you away from the unknown and keep you safe in what you know, in your day-to-day, in your routine, monotonous life that 90% of people are comfortable living. It should also excite you. Any goal that's worthy of your time, your effort, your determination, and your action should be exciting. It's exciting because you know what it means to you to achieve it. And again, if it's not exciting, it's not big enough. If it's not scaring you, it's not big enough. Where's the sense of achievement, the sense of satisfaction, the sense of a job well done, of that tap on the back for having achieved it, if it's absolutely trivial? The more exciting, the more challenging it is, and the more that you are committed, not interested, committed to making it happen, the more chance you've got of being one of the 10%, not the 90%. 90% of people don't live the life that they really want. Don't be one of the 90. Be one of the 10. Take action. Take imperfect action. Don't wait for the perfect moment. You'll be waiting forever. Take imperfect action. And remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. Build up that momentum, and you will be one of those 10%. Thank you for your time.